24, Jeff Leonard. Number 44, Cooper Tidy. And number 3, Ryan Warner. And now the starting lineup for the home team, the Tigers. Number 1, Lennox Rodriguez. Number 3, Jrht. Number 4, Sean Isidro. Number 10, Manuel Almanzar. And number 12, Jose Sweeney. Good luck to both teams.
Hello, everybody, and welcome here to game number 2 of the 2025 Jack Riley Holiday Tournament, as this will be a matchup featuring the Randolph Rams, 2-1 on the season, and the Memorial Tigers, 0-4, looking for their first win of this brand new campaign. Hello, everybody, I'm Dan Long. So glad you could join us here on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. Already had one game completed here on day number 1. Old Japan, the defending tournament champions, were victorious by a final score of 53-42 over Passaic. They've punched their ticket to play in the semifinals. This is the opposite side of the bracket. The winner of this matchup will play the winner of Wayne Valley and Bergenfield, to be decided later on today. Wayne Valley was not able to travel here by bus with the snow. And now it looks like there was a technical foul assessed before the start of this game. So the first foul shot is no good by Tristan Durkin, so there must have been something that was going on with somebody on Memorial, whether or not sometimes you see that a technical foul is called if they're not in the book or if they dunked before the game when they're not supposed to. So Tristan Durkin actually starts this game off with one made technical foul shot. And Randolph will lead 1-0, and there's no opening tip, so a weird start to this one. Here's Randolph, and that's a three-point shot knocked in by Cooper Ty. Sets and fires and knocks it in, and a 4-point possession to start off the game for Randolph. Nick Lavender is the head coach of Randolph. Mark Stroback is the head coach of Memorial. As that shot off the mark and knocked out of bounds by Ty and Randolph, so possession will stay with Memorial. Last season, Memorial finishes the runners-up in this Jack Riley Holiday Tournament. They defeated Bergenfield and Passaic in their first 2 games, lost in the championship round against Old Japan, 65-45. Eric Tirado will get it up top. Manuel Almanzar. Here's a shot from the near side. Ty wrestles around possession and wins back the ball for Randolph. Randolph coming off a loss their last time out. Lost a 2-point game against Pascack Valley, so their second consecutive trip to Bergen County to take on a team from Hudson County here today in Memorial of West New York. Randolph, good ball movement, leading to the three-point look from the outside. It ricochets off the top stanchion in the top of the backboard. So that'll be possession going back over to Memorial. First game for Randolph since December 22nd. Last time Memorial was in action, they lost 51-42 on the 22nd to Snyder. Double team in the corner. Toronto gets it away. Gets it back up top. There's a three-point look again by Memorial, no good. Now it's going to be inbounds upcoming. Lennox Rodriguez will trigger the restart here for Memorial as the Tigers still in search of their first made field goal. Almanzar with a left-hand dribble. Step back, foul line jumper, off the back iron twice, no good. ricocheted and rebounded inside by Ricky Fleischer. As Randolph will set up on offense. Ty swings the pass across the middle. Here's another look from straight away. Three, no time. That time for Ryan Warner, but an offensive rebound for Randolph. And Randolph, unselfish feed, and that time the running baseline shot that time was no good by Fleischer. Memorial trying to race down the floor, beating down the defense, and in and out, no good. Offensive putback, though, by Almanazar, and that will send the senior to the foul line to shoot a pair after he carved out some space inside the lane after not being able to connect on the first couple of opportunities, and now a chance to get Memorial on the board here at the charity stripe. Almanazar, the senior, with 6 points in their recent game against Bayonne, rattles in that first made foul shot, his first point of the afternoon. First point here for Memorial. 4-1 lead here for Randolph with 5:33 left to go in the first quarter. Second foul shot is no good. Jack Leonard feeding Ty down low. That's a clean block shot underneath. Again, Randolph, great passing around the perimeter, leads to the shot inside, and that's deflected last touch out of bounds off of Memorial. Randolph has had such crisp, precise passing. They've just not been able to convert, though, on those shot attempts inside the lane. Lobbed into Jack Leonard. Christian Foot getting it over to Leonard. Now back to Foot. Sets and fires from deep. No good. Ty underneath with a rebound. Bodies way inside. Blocked away, though, by Isidro. Cold shooting between both teams to start off this game, and a errant bounce pass to no one underneath. That leads to the turnover. Randolph in the open floor, and a one-handed pass and a conversion inside to Ryan Warner. And a timeout's going to be taken by Memorial. Warner, the beneficiary of that dime that was dropped there by the senior Christian Foot. Foot, the leading scorer on this Randolph side, averaging 13.7 points per game, was the facilitator that time in the open floor. 6-1 lead for Randolph in the early goings of this first quarter of play. We'd like to thank all of our proud sponsors, as seen on your screen, to help support this holiday tournament being broadcast here inside East Gymnasium. The Fort Lee PBA, Kafasa's Fairway Market, The Finest Construction, Fort Lee Soccer Club, Rusin and Daru Electric, Bridgman Basketball Camp, Fort Lee VFW, Visions Federal Credit Union, It's Greek to Me, Connect One Bank, Bergen Black Sox, Senator Builders, UCS Strength and Speed, The Collective Salon, and the Fort Lee Education Association. Again, the winner of this game will take on the winner of Wayne Valley and Bergenfield in the semifinals tomorrow. The loser of this contest will kick off our day 2 coverage at noon tomorrow here from East Gymnasium. The winner will play in the first semifinal at 3 p.m. Old Japan has advanced back to the semifinal round with a win in our first game of the day. Double team out of the timeout near midcourt. Memorial looking for an outlet. They get it just in time to Almanazar. Reverse layup attempt blocked underneath the rim. Foot again leads the charge the other way, as that's going to be a double dribble whistled against Randolph in the open floor after Jack Leonard was trying to shift his way in the midst of a dogged defensive unit. Rodriguez getting it over to the near side. Josue Suin. And a block shot at the rim again. Randolph's defense impenetrable early on in this game. Worked around up top. Randolph takes it baseline, gets it back up top to Warner. Warner bottled up. Here's Tristan Durkin. Durkin started off the game hitting 1 of 2 foul shots on a technical foul that preceded the beginning of this game. Shot across the middle lane, foot no good. Rebound underneath, secured by Memorial as the Tigers look to push it up the floor. Nice move, up and under, and one. As that time, Swin was able to connect on the first field goal of the game for Memorial. And it's a 6-3 deficit with a chance at a three-point play for the junior, who averages 7.3 points per game. And Zwin, in his routine, knocks down the foul shot, completes the three-point play. He's got 3. And Memorial back to within 2 at 6-4. Past the halfway point to the first. Here's a long-range 3, no good that time by Warner. Tipped around, rebound secured by Toronto. Memorial with a chance to tie or even take the lead, and that is a contested shot, and Rodriguez was able to kiss it in off the glass, high and off the glass at that. 6-6 game, coming up on 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Randolph looking to retake the lead, and they will do so. Tristan Durkin from downtown. His 8th made 3 of the season, and his first here this afternoon. He's got 4. 9-6 lead for Randolph. 2:45 and counting left to go in the first. Almanazar. And that time he got fouled on his way up. It hit the elbow, and that will send Manuel Almanazar to the foul line once again to shoot 2, where he's 1 of 2 so far in this contest. Memorial went 10-14 a season ago, lost to Fairlawn in the first round of the North 1 Group 4 sectional playoffs. Randolph last season went 9-8, lost to Mendham in the first round of the North 2 Group 3 playoffs. So Almanazar missed on both foul shots, recovered the miss, and then couldn't lay in the layup. Missed opportunities aplenty there for Memorial. Foot trying to save it before going out of bounds, but he could not do so. So a comedy of errors there. Almanazar missed on both foul shots. The ball came right back to him for an uncontested layup, but he could not convert. And then the long outlet for Randolph was too far and led to the turnover. So it remains a 9-6 ball game. Coming up on the final 2:15 and counting left to go in the first quarter. Jumper is left short. Fight for the loose ball. Rebound taken in by Zwin. Memorial in the black and orange. Take it on Randolph in the white and blue. And off top of the key to Eric Tirado. Here's Rodriguez. Leading scorer is Lennox Rodriguez on the season for this Memorial side, averaging over 14 points a game. Isidro contorts the body, no good. Here is Rodriguez. Coming up on the final 90 seconds of the first quarter. Here's a step back 3 by Memorial, no good. Frigid shooting to begin this game for the Tigers, yet they're only down 3. 9-6, and again, this long offensive possession will continue as it was touched last out of bounds by Randolph. Anthony Lopez, number 23, is checked into the game. Here is Lopez right inside, and he got the shot deflected as he was trying to go up with it. Here's Foot from deep, and he splashes in the 3 ball. His 6th made 3 of the season, his first here today. Christian Foot and Tristan Durkin going back-to-back with triples. The lead is 6, 12-6. Randolph doubling up Memorial. 1 minute left to go here in the first quarter, and it's an offensive foul against Lennox Rodriguez. Rodriguez was initiating the contact, went right into the chest of the defender, who maintained his position in front of him, and he gets called for the offensive foul, only the second team foul of the quarter for Memorial. Randolph have committed 4 team fouls of their own, so they have no more fouls to give. Good separation that time by Jordan Dixon. Dixon, the beneficiary of that backdoor feed, but he misfired on the layup attempt. 6-point deficit for Memorial, coming up on under 40 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Drop off inside, and Jrht gets blocked cleanly out of bounds by Fleischer. Last touch off of Randolph, so possession will stay with Memorial. Started the season with losses against Caldwell, North Bergen, who we'll see in our next game, Bayonne and Snyder. Outlet deflected out of bounds off of Durkin. 30 seconds left to go here in the first. Memorial has struggled mightily to get some offense going. This is a team that only averages 45.5 points per game this season. Graduating a lot from last year's team that made it to this tournament final. Now Memorial looks like they might be holding for one final shot. A lot of contact from up top, and Randolph is going to get called for the foul, and that's the 5th team foul. That'll send Memorial to the foul line to shoot 2. They were racing Ricky Fleischer out to try to move his feet at the ball, but in doing so, he collided and dragged him down. And Josue Zuin will head to the foul line, where he's 1 for 1. And Zuin is too strong in that attempt. 5.7 seconds left to go. 12-6 lead for Randolph. Memorial's been stuck on 6 for a while now. That continues. Follow-up attempt no good. Foul line jumper also no good. And it will be a 12-6 advantage for Randolph after 1 quarter of play as we head to the start of the second quarter in this 2025 Jack Riley Holiday Tournament broadcast here on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. So it was confirmed for us that the technical foul that was assessed before the start of this game against Memorial was because 2 players were dunking in the layup lines before the game, and that's not something that you are allowed to do once the referees are out on the floor. And because of that, they were issued a technical foul, and we didn't even have an opening jump ball. It was just 2 foul shot attempts for Randolph, who lead 12-6 as we start the beginning of the second quarter here from East Gymnasium. Dan Long, so glad that he could join us here on the Fort Lee Athletic Department YouTube channel. Winner of this game will play tomorrow at 3 p.m. in our first semifinal, as they will take on either Wayne Valley or Bergenfield. Memorial in the black with the orange numerals, setting and firing from deep, and Memorial's frigid shooting continues here. That time it was Eric Jrht trying to give it his best look. Randolph has not been shooting great themselves, but they've been opportunistic. They went on a 6-0 run near the end of that first quarter, thanks to the 3-point shooting of Tristan Durkin and Christian Foote. As there's a whistle and a foul called against Memorial there on the floor. Jrht was the one who's charged with a foul for Memorial, his first, team's first, to begin the second quarter. Jordan Dixon feeding inside to Foot. Foot going high, low, underneath, trying to get it to Fleischer. Worked around the perimeter. Good recovery defense here by Memorial, stretching out their defense. It eventually leads to the three-point look in the corner, and that unselfish basketball is fed to Luke Biggin, number 2. Biggin knocks it down from deep, but again, Randolph has been so incredible with their passing talents. Passed up a good shot for a great shot for a wide-open teammate, and Biggin made Memorial pay. That's 3 consecutive threes knocked in by Randolph. Largest lead of the game is now 15-6. Rodriguez was chased off of the three-point arc. Randolph, good solid defense right now. Rams looking for their 3rd win of the season. Offense not coming easy here for Memorial. Contested jump shot, no good. Biggin with a rebound. Memorial just cannot find an answer in the half court. They're going to try to speed things up defensively with the full court pressure that led to the turnover and a timeout taken by Coach Schroback as he wants to set things up on his offense. As we take the timeout with him, 15-6, Randolph in front here in the second quarter of the 2025 Jack Riley Holiday Tournament, day number 1. Randolph's defense on the season has been allowing only 55 points per game to opponents. They come out in the 1-3-1 zone. Memorial again, a little gun shy to get that shot off, and they throw it away. Another turnover produced by Randolph. And Biggin right to the rim, and he is denied entry. A block shot by Sean Isidro. Here's Rodriguez. Barely grazed the front of the rim. He knew he left that shot short from up top. And now a whistle as it's going to be a reach-in foul against Memorial, who have yet to score a point here for long stretches of this game. 15-6 with now 5:16 left to go here in the first half. They were held to only 6 points in the entire 8 minutes of the first quarter. Deflected away inside, Almanazar. Here's an opportunity, a rare one at that, for a transition bucket, as that was Eric Jrht. So delay of game warning against Memorial. Next one would result in a technical foul being assessed against the Tigers. Jrht nearly forced the steal, as that is deflected last touch off of number 3's hands. Jrht just got his first points of the night. He averages 12.5 points per game for Memorial. 15-8. Randolph in front, and there's a good hustle play and a turnover forced by Jrht. Zuin. Baseball pass over to Jrht for 3. No good. Tracked down. Jrht tries to ricochet it and does so successfully off of the defender's leg and out of bounds. Eric Jrht is all over the floor right now on offense and defense. All hustle, trying to provide a spark for his team here. Isidro attacking right into his man, and he draws the contact on his elbow, and Sean Isidro will head to the foul line for 2. Isidro had a great performance earlier this season against Bayonne when he went for 14 points and 8 rebounds in the loss against the Bees. And the senior, nothing but net on the high-arcing made foul shot, his first point of the afternoon. Isidro again, beautiful release there. 2 for 2 in his trip to the foul line. His first 2 points of the game. 15-10. Lead has been cut down to 5 now here for Randolph. Another look from 3 and another one splashed in. This time by Ryan Warner. 5 3-pointers connected on by Randolph in this first half. And a traveling violation will lead to the turnover against Memorial. This Randolph side came into play today. 22 made threes on the season through their first 3 contests of the year. So it's no surprise that they are getting the threes and they are getting them to fall early and often here against Memorial. 18-10 lead. Durkin getting it over again. Here's another look from 3, this time by Warner. This time it does not go. Zewin brings it down the other way. Rodriguez tries to bank it in. No good. Jrht trying to fight for the loose ball. He gets it inside and he puts it back and in. Jrht with all 4 of his points in this game here in the second quarter. 6-point lead for Randolph, 18-12. Nice take right to the rim, and got fouled in the act of shooting was Jack Leonard, as Leonard will be helped off the deck and will head to the foul line to shoot a pair. Stopping the clock with 3:15 left to go here in the first half. Leonard is a senior, misfires in the first foul shot. In his last game, he had 8 points, 4 rebounds of the 2-point loss on the road against Pascack Valley. And he rattles that one in for his first point of the game. Goes 1 of 2 at the line. Randolph won their opening games against Mount Olive and Parsippany Hills. And that is bobbled out of bounds. Last touch off of Memorial, so the turnover forced by Randolph gives the Rams back possession 19-12 with 3:05 left to go here in the first half of play. Randolph trying to attack the zone here. That is a kicked basketball against Jrht. Jrht got a foot on it. So possession will stay here underneath the rim and on the baseline for Randolph. Ryan Warner pump faking, getting it over to Leonard. Leonard on the dribble, gets it off to the far side. Durkin for 3. Tristan Durkin, who averages 13 points per game, knocks down his second 3 of the first half. He's got 7. The lead grows to 10 now, 22-12. Again, all the damage being done by Randolph outside the 3-point arc. They have connected on 6 threes in this game. So much damage being done here outside from deep. Here's Rodriguez. Driving baseline, pull back jumper, rattled halfway in and out, no good. Rebound finally snatched down by Warner. That was a good-looking shot by Almanazar. Durkin, foot, gets around the defense. Ty on the baseline, try to feed foot inside and gets it stolen away. Jrht, good hands in the passing lane. Closing into the final 90 seconds of the first half. Almanazar instructing where his offense needs to go. A lot of isolation basketball right now for Memorial. They're not having a lot of floor spacing, not a lot of off-ball cuts right now, as Jrht will come back into the game. Lobbed in. Josue Zewin. Jrht still with it. Has the size advantage, goes right up. Good defense there, contending that one by Ty without fouling. Closing into the final minute of the first half. Randolph looking for their third win of the season. That's stolen away. Lennox Rodriguez goes up with it, forces that shot, no good. Zewin with the offensive rebound. Corner shot, and that is a foul whistled against Randolph in the act of shooting. And will it be a 3-shot variety or just a 2-shot? And it looks like that was deemed to be a 3-point attempt by Eric Jrht. So Jrht will head to the foul line for 3. And Memorial, once again, not helping their own cause. A lot of misses at the foul line in this first half. And for a team that has been struggling so much to just generate offense, you can't afford those misses. That time, making amends was Jrht. Hits on that second foul shot attempt. He's got 3 in the game. Had 9-point effort against Bayonne recently, did Eric Jrht. And Jrht goes 2 of 3 at the line. He's got 4. 22-14 with under 50 seconds left to go here in the first half. Randolph led 12-6 after 1. Rodriguez got in the passing lane but couldn't get the loose ball carom. Durkin to Ty in the corner. Ty, nice looking 3-point shot, corner pocket. Cooper Ty, second made 3 of the game. He's got 6. This Randolph team, they've been living by the 3. They have not been trying anything inside the 3-point arc, quite frankly, and when they're falling, it looks like a good idea. 25-14. 10 seconds left to go here in the half. Zewin gets it over. Jrht, long-range 3. Hits the front of the rim. Here's a breakout the other way for Randolph, getting the shot off in time, but Jrht made sure to get a block of it before there could be a chance at the rim. So that'll send us to halftime, where Randolph leads Memorial of West New York by a score of 25-14. Stick around, fans, as we'll be back for the start of the second half of play as you're watching exclusive broadcast coverage of the 2025 Jack Riley Holiday Tournament, courtesy of our proud sponsors on your screen. Welcome back, everybody, here to Fort Lee's East Gymnasium as we're moments away from the start of the second half of play. 25-14 lead for Randolph in the second game of day number one. We will conclude day number one with our final game. It's going to be a matchup featuring North Bergen and the home team that hosts this tournament in Fort Lee. Randolph in the white taking on Memorial in the black and orange. And Randolph leading 25-14, 21 of Randolph's 21 of Randolph's 25 points, I should say, coming courtesy of the three-point shot. They knocked down 7 threes in that first half. They have 2 points at the foul line, and then 1 made field goal inside the arc. There's an off-balance shot by the Rams, no good. Another offensive rebound on this offensive possession to start off the second half, and a long look from three again by the Rams, no good. Tipped around, and finally possession taken down by Memorial. Memorial has not been good at shooting the basketball in this game, and there they turn it over right underneath the rim. It has been a tough day of the offense for the Tigers, scoring 6 points in the first quarter, only 8 more in the second. Randolph outscored them 12-6 after one, and then put up 13 points of their own in the second quarter. Durkin, as Wynn extends his defense on the sharpshooter. Warner back up top to Durkin, who connected on 2 threes, had 7 points in that first half of play. He had the first point of the game after knocking in a technical foul after a Memorial player was caught dunking the basketball in pregame warm-ups by the official, something you were not allowed to do. So it was an inauspicious start to this game with foul shots rather than an opening tip knocked out of bounds to the near side. Randolph, though, for their three-point shooting, have not been able to then balance their scoring with any easier shots inside the lane. That has kept this game within striking distance for Memorial. 25-14 advantage for Randolph, trying to find their way to a third win on the season. Ty finds the cutter inside the lane, off the back iron. Isidro with a rebound. So neither team has scored with almost 2 minutes gone by here. The beginning of this second half. Rodriguez tries his luck from deep, no good. Lennox Rodriguez, who averages 14 points per game, held in check to only 2 so far in this game for Memorial. They desperately need their leading scorer to get going. Now Manazar. Isidro down the lane, a lot of contact, and one. Sean Isidro. Once he gets his mind set on it, he's been attacking right at the chest of his defender. And that time got the hoop and the harm and the chance of the traditional three-point play. Isidro now up to a team-high 6 points here this afternoon. Misfires on that foul shot, so he'll have to settle for the 2 points. 25-16, Memorial turns over Randolph, and Toronto left the layup attempt short, and Ty will ricochet that one off of the leg of the Memorial player out of bounds. Here's the full court pressure again displayed by Memorial. That's led to a couple of turnovers here for Randolph. Randolph getting right to the rim, but they leave it short as well. Jack Leonard had an opportunity for 2. Randolph much more comfortable outside rather than inside the lane. Here's Isidro again, going high off the glass, no good. Good positional defense by Fleischer. 25-16. As that pass off the mark, and it leads to a turnover there for Randolph after Ty was looking one way and his teammate went the other. Christian Foote will come back into the game for Randolph off of the Ram bench. Rodriguez got a step on his defender, but he dribbled it off his own foot out of bounds. And the turnovers are piling up here from Memorial, which is hurting their opportunities at a comeback here. Randolph still stuck on 25 points. That's the point total they had in the first half. They have yet to score since the start of the second half of play, yet they still have a comfortable advantage at 9. Memorial has amped up the effort defensively here on this end of the floor, and that's going to be an offensive foul whistled against Cooper Ty inside the lane. He could not corral that low pass, and then he bulldozed right through the heart of the defense. For Cooper Ty, that is his second personal foul in this game. So we are closing in on 4 minutes of basketball action that have gone by, and only 2 combined points between the two teams since halftime. There's Rodriguez trying to go up with it underneath the basket, and that's going to be a foul in the reach-in against Ryan Warner. And that'll send Lennox Rodriguez to the foul line to shoot 2. And Rodriguez will rattle in the first foul shot attempt. They haven't put it up on the board yet, but for Warner, that should have been his foul, and that would be the third team foul against Randolph here in the third quarter. And Rodriguez benefits and makes a pair at the foul line. 25-18 the lead for Randolph. Being trimmed down here, and now looks like another turnover on the horizon. And it's going to be a timeout granted instead to Randolph just in time when it looked like Memorial was about to force another steal. So a very good timeout taken by Coach Lavender just at the last moment. So timeout on the floor. A reminder that these broadcasts are courtesy of the Fort Lee PBA, Cafasso's Fairway Market, the finest construction, Fort Lee Soccer Club, Russin and Daru Electric, Bridgman Basketball Camp, the Fort Lee VFW, Fission's Federal Credit Union, It's Greek to Me, Connect One Bank, Bergen Black Sox, Senator Builders, UCS Strength and Speed, the Collective Salon, and the Fort Lee Education Association. Those are our proud presenting sponsors of these Fort Lee Bridgman athletic broadcasts seen on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. Dan Long, yours truly, here on the call in day 1. I'll be back for the action tomorrow in day 2 with the pair of semifinals that'll be taking place at 4:30 and 3 p.m., as well as our 2 consolation games that'll precede them at noon and 1:30. Winner of this game will advance to the semifinals, be played at 3 p.m. tomorrow against either Wayne Valley or Bergenfield. Turnaround shot is good right out of the timeout. A rare 2 there for Randolph, as it was Luke Biggin with a turnaround jumper. He's got 5 off the Randolph bench. Toronto hook pass, trying to get it back up top. 27-18 lead for Randolph. Memorial looking for their first win of the season. Isidro getting it over Almanazar. Almanazar with the C's parting. Picks up the dribble, gets it into the corner. High arcing 3 by Rodriguez, no good. Foot with a rebound underneath. Lennox Rodriguez had the look he wanted, just couldn't can the 3. And making the most of it is the 3-point shot of Tristan Durkin. So you miss a 3 on one end, and on the other end, you give up the 3. Durkin's third triple of the game. He's got 10 for Randolph. And a nice take right down the heart of the lane by Sean Isidro. Isidro, the leading scorer for Memorial, with 8. And that's going to be a push foul against Memorial, stopping the clock with 2:30 left to go here in the third, in a 10-point margin in favor of Randolph. In their road white uniforms with the blue trim and the blue numerals, Memorial designated as the home team here today in the black uniforms with the orange numerals. Dixon getting it over to Foot. Foot will try his luck from deep, and he airballs that one. Tried to be saved back in the course of play by Warner. And there's Toronto in the open floor, and there's the transition basket that Memorial looks for. Toronto now up to 6 points in this game. Randolph breaking the pressure, getting it down the floor to Foot, and Foot will lay it in. Christian Foot camped out on that far side block. He's got 5 off the bench. Teams trading baskets in transition, back to a 10-point margin, 32-22. Now Manazar trying to get a step on Warner. Rodriguez thought about an NBA range 3. Picks up his dribble instead. Outlets it up top to Zewin. Josue Zewin getting it off Isidro. Handoff with under 90 seconds left to go in the quarter. No good. Isidro tipped it out. Toronto scoops up the loose ball. Isidro inside. Turnaround shot in the lane. Draws the contact. And Sean Isidro, for his efforts, will head back to the foul line for 2 with 1:14 left to go here in the third. Foul will go against Christian Foot. And for Foot, that will be his second personal foul, team's 4th. As Isidro will miss on that foul shot. He's now 2 of 4 at the line here in this game. Second foul shot is good. Isidro up to 9 points now in this game. 3 of 5 at the foul line. Dixon finds a way to get out of a triple team. Gets it down the floor, and it leads to the layup for Ryan Warner. 7 points now for Warner and Randolph. Inside, trying to force feed that one to Isidro, but lurking was Biggin for the steal. Going right to the rim with a reckless abandon was Jordan Dixon, but he missed on the layup. Toronto in the open floor, 3-point shot, no good, and bumped out of bounds, and no foul. It's going to be last touch off of Isidro, and possession going back over to Randolph. Long-range pass all the way down to a wide-open Christian Foot. The assist courtesy of Jordan Dixon, the sophomore point guard. Now a couple times that Christian Foot, number 35, the senior, has just been wide open down the other length of the floor. Randolph has stretched its lead now to a 13-point margin, 36-23. Randolph not being as reliant on the 3-point shot in this third quarter as they were in the first 2 quarters. And a steal produced by Durkin. Durkin tries a baseball pass down the other way, as that'll go out of bounds for a turnover with 3.6 seconds left to go on the clock. Down the floor and could not get the shot off in time, and we are through 3 quarters of play here at Fort Lee's East Gymnasium. It's Randolph 36, Memorial 23. Stick around as we'll be back for the start of the 4th quarter here as you're watching the 2025 Jack Riley Holiday Basketball Tournament. Tristan Durkin has a game-high 10 points for Randolph. Sean Isidro with 9 points to lead the offense for Memorial. Memorial outscored 11-9 in that third quarter. They trail by 13 as we head to the start of the 4th. Dan Long on the call here. Happy that you could join us once again for the annual holiday tournament here at Fort Lee High School in honor of Jack Riley. Memorial, who were runners-up a season ago, played in the final, lost against Oltapan, in danger of losing in the first game of this year's edition. Winner will play in the semifinals tomorrow at 3 p.m. against either Wayne Valley or Bergenfield. The loser of this game will play in the first consolation game tomorrow at noon. Rodriguez inbounding it. Up top, here's Jrht. And Jrht again had no legs underneath it. Memorial was able to save it inside, and Rodriguez with a layup attempt, no good. Israel did not fully reestablish himself inside the course of the playing surface. And it leads to the eventual possession going back over to Randolph. So after the initial Jrht three was an air ball, it was saved back in bounds. Rodriguez had an opportunity to lay up uncontested underneath the rim, but Memorial just not able to cash in. Dixon across the lane into the corner. Here's foot for three, and no good. It's going to be a rebound inside by Jrht, and Jrht got fouled after snatching down the rebound with one hand. First foul of the fourth quarter against Randolph. That'll go against Jordan Dixon, his first. Memorial has not reached double figures in each of the first three quarters in terms of their scoring. And there's another air ball shot by Jrht. One team has been knocking in the three-point shot consistently throughout this game, and the other side has struggled mightily to connect on anything from outside. Timeout's going to be granted to Nick Lavender. And Randolph to talk things over as he's once again trying to find an answer to the swarming double-team defense of Memorial with 6:35 left to go here in the fourth quarter of play. Randolph has connected on 8 three-pointers in this game. Memorial on the other side have yet to knock in a shot from deep. That's your clear difference in this one. Being outscored 24-0 when it comes to the three-point shot. Again, we will be followed up by our third and final game of the day. Normally it's 4 games for each day of action here at the Jack Riley Holiday Tournament. Wayne Valley was unable to come to their game. So that is why we did not have as one of our first games of the day Wayne Valley taking on Bergenfield. So it kind of, along with the weather, disrupted the schedule, made it only 3 games. And they will have a decision to be made whether or not Bergenfield or Wayne Valley will play the winner of this game tomorrow in the semifinals. And there's Christian Foote again, left wide open for a three, his second connected three of the game. 9th three of the afternoon for Randolph as a team. And they stretch their lead now to their biggest of the game at 16, 39-23. So 9 threes for Randolph. Memorial still looking for their first three, and they still will have to wait a bit as that goes out of bounds. Last touch off of Randolph. 5:56 left to go here in regulation. Our final game that will follow us, Fort Lee playing host to North Bergen. North Bergen, who defeated Memorial earlier this season 58-54. And there's a layup attempt that is knocked in by Ryan Warner. Excuse me, it's 56-54. A 2-point win. That's been the closest game of the season for Memorial. 3-point shot launched by Rodriguez. Foote with a rebound underneath. Randolph starting to stretch this margin and just running by that full court pressure as Luke Biggin up to 7 points in this game. That will elicit the timeout taken by Memorial. A 20-point margin, 43-23 with 5:23 left to go here in the fourth. As Randolph on their way to their 3rd win of the season here and a spot in Sunday's semifinal awaiting them. Again, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors here as seen on your screen. The Fort Lee PBA, Cafaso's Fairway Market, the finest construction, Fort Lee Soccer Club, Rusin and Doru Electric, Bridgman Basketball Camp, the Fort Lee VFW, Visions Federal Credit Union, It's Greek to Me, Connect One Bank, Bergen Black Sox, Senator Builders, UCS Strength and Speed, the Collective Salon, and the Fort Lee Education Association. Memorial's defense really kept them in the game in the first half as well as in the beginning stages of the third quarter, but Randolph has broken that full court pressure that's led to easy layups on the other side, and now a foul whistle against Randolph as Anthony Lopez, the sophomore big man, was in the act of shooting. That'll send Lopez to the foul line to shoot two, stopping the clock with 5:10 left to go in regulation. As Lopez will be too strong in his foul shot attempts. Another miss at the line here today for Memorial. That miss now, 10 missed foul shots. Here's Toronto in the broken play. Again, doesn't connect on the three. Follow-up attempt, Isidro inside. He looks back incredulously at the referee as he does not get a call to happen. Now a steal produced by Memorial. In the open floor, Isidro gets it swatted away out of his hands as it'll be possession staying here with Memorial. 43-23, 4:50 left to go here in the fourth quarter of play. Memorial is yet to score a point here in the fourth quarter until that point, and that is the first made three of the game for the Tigers. Josue Zuin banks in the three-point shot from straight away. Jordan Dixon gets bounced on that play and a foul whistled against Memorial. As Toronto will pick up his second personal foul of the game. Jordan Dixon just shook right past the defense of Toronto and forced Isidro to have to commit the foul. That was just simply isolation basketball, and Dixon got the blazing first step on his defender. Drew the foul against the help defender, and now will head his way to the foul line to shoot two. And Dixon will get his first point of the afternoon at the foul line. That was the third personal foul against Sean Isidro. 4:18 left to go here in regulation. Randolph with wins against Mount Olive 62-57, Parsippany Hills 57-47. And in line right now with what would be their largest win of the season as they currently lead 45-26. Almanazar tried to muscle that one home, could not get it. And a foul in the reach in there after an offensive rebound, once again secured by Isidro. Memorial won this tournament a couple of seasons ago in 2023. They defeated Bergenfield in the championship round. Runners-up a season ago. And now in danger of falling in their first round game. And several key contributors in the last couple of years for Memorial graduated off of their roster. Now looking for some new faces here, and a reach-in foul against Randolph. That'll be the second personal foul against Tristan Durkin. That's the 14th foul against Randolph. They have no more fouls to give. It's going to be foul shots the rest of the way here for Memorial. Past the halfway point to the fourth. And that's going to be an and one. Taken right to the hoop that time by Josue Zuin. He's got 8 points and now a chance at a three-point play. And is that going to be another foul whistled against Tristan Durkin, who just picked up back-to-back fouls? He's now got 3. Zewin is 1 of 3 at the foul line here today, as he rattles in that foul shot to complete the three-point play. He's got 9. 45-29. And Toronto reaches in for the 3rd team foul against Memorial. Toronto picks up his 3rd. Passed over to the near side to Dixon. As that pass too hot to handle underneath. After Luke DeNigris was into the game for the first time for Randolph. Jrht, nice feed underneath, finds his teammate waiting on that far side block, and Zewin is now up to double figures with 11. He's got 8 of his 11 in this 4th quarter alone. 45-31, Memorial not going quietly. Durkin. Dixon. Dixon with a jump stop, draws the contact on his way up, and Jordan Dixon will head to the foul line to shoot 2. Dixon, a sophomore, averages 7 points a game, coming off a great performance off the bench against Pascack Valley, where Dixon went for 13 points and dished out 8 assists in that 2-point loss on the road in Bergen County. As Dixon will miss on that foul shot attempt, he's now 2 of 3 at the foul line. Second foul shot, no good, but an offensive rebound by Randolph. That's a backbreaker for Memorial. Luke DeNigris was the one who timed his jump perfectly to secure that extra possession here for his team, as he gets it knocked out of his hands, out of bounds, but again, it will be possession staying here. 2:45 left to go here in regulation. Randolph trying to advance to the semifinals of this tournament. Inbound pass is intercepted, as Memorial brings it down the other way. Closing in on 2.5 minutes left to go. Jrht. Gets it back up top. Zewin got a step on his defender, tried the finger roll, but no good. Rebound snatched in by Leonard. Closing in now on the final 2 minutes. Dixon right down the middle, initiated the contact, and it's going to be a blocking foul against Memorial. That'll send Jordan Dixon back to the foul line for 2. And Eric Toronto will be charged with what looks to be his 4th personal foul of this game. Fourth personal foul against Toronto, and wholesale changes about to be made, as looks like 5 new Tigers are about to check into the game for Memorial. As Dixon, 3rd straight miss at the foul line after starting off 2 for 2. So Memorial still going to be in search of their first win of the season. They will fall to 0-5 after dropping their first game of this tournament. And Randolph with a win will improve to 3-1. As Dixon knocks in that second foul shot attempt. He's got all 3 of his points in this game at the line. He'll sub out. Noah Yisachar comes into the game for the first time for Randolph, big number 55. As again, Memorial's backups are in as well, and here's a shot from the outside by Rafanid Leonardo, number 14. With under 2 minutes left to go. Across the lane, that ball left behind and taken away by Memorial. As we close in on the final 90 seconds of play. Zeke Principe got a step on his defender, missed on the layup. Rebounded underneath there by Yisachar. As that's going to be a foul whistled at the rim.
Stop, it's annoying. You're annoying everybody. Stop, or you can go home.
69 seconds left to go here, as that will send Randolph to the foul line. As the Negrists will get the shooter's roll off the back of the rim and in. Following the tournament, Randolph will host Whippany Park on January 2nd before traveling to Madison on January 3rd. This is a team that a season ago produced 9 wins in a 9-18 campaign, and they're looking like they're going to be bringing home their 3rd win of the season already here in the first 4 games. Their only loss in a 2-point loss on the road against Pascack Valley, their last time out, just before Christmas. 17-point lead for Randolph, 48-31. Give and go attempt, trying to find Johan Vasquez to the near side, but that was good anticipation on Randolph's part. Under 40 seconds left to go in the game. Biggin gets blocked on his way up to the rim. Possession stolen away by Memorial. Blind pass, and it pinballs around, and eventually possession taken in by Memorial. 20 seconds left to go. Leonardo passing it off to the near side. Principe tries to corral it. We'll pick it up with the final seconds of this game. Off to the corner. Here's a shot from a tough angle, and it's canned in by Rafanid Leonardo. So the junior will connect on a jump shot to end the game. But Randolph with a 48-33 win in this one, as they will take home the victory, and with it will advance to play in the semifinals tomorrow at 3. And Memorial will play in a consolation game at noon tomorrow in day number 2 here at the Jack Riley Holiday Tournament. So that'll send us to our 3rd and final game of day number 1. That's going to be coming up next. North Bergen taking on Fort Lee. So for everybody here from Eastern Gymnasium, I'm Dan Long saying so long, and thanks for watching on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. Take care, everybody.